There are some people who have kind of slyly said, well, there are three the Democrats to make sure that Mike McKool gets the nomination on the Democratic side because the Republicans think they can beat Mike McKool.
Earl Luna, the Democratic county chairman, seems to be trying to spread that rumor, but I don't believe he's heard it from any of us. I think the three of us are in this race because we want to make sure that Earl Cabell and Mike McKool have a serious opponent in November. This is a district that can be won by a Republican, and the Republican Party is going to do everything it can to make sure that it is won by a Republican.
You are employed by a company owned by Sam Wyly. Does that mean that you have his tacit support for your candidacy?
Sam Wyly is not the only owner of University Computing Company. He happens to be a major stockholder. I do have his support.
Does the support of you by Sam Wyly mean that Mr. Wyly is against the politics of Frank Crowley, a rather well-established local Republican?
Sam Wyly told me that he supported me because he believed that I would be the best congressman of the men who are running. And I think he'll make his decision after the primary on the same basis.
Mr. Ashford, the men and boys wear industry will pass the $20 billion mark this year. How does this compare to, say, 5 years ago?
It's up about 20 to 25% total.
What do you account for this?
We account for it in, number one, the thrilling new men's fashions that people are wearing, the great colors, the great new looks in men's suits and neckwear, just a general more desire to have more clothes to look the part, to look fashionable.
Men traditionally have worn their white shirts and their conservative business suits. How do you go about convincing a man that he should wear the fashionable menswear?
Sell his wife.
And how do you do this?
I think the biggest impact in selling the women on men's fashion and the desire to see their husbands dressed up, to be very frank with you, color television. It's made such an unbelievable impact on the women, and I think also it's selling the men too. But the women are the big influence.
Does it seem that men are more conscious of the status aspect of their clothing today than they were a few years ago?
Oh, I think that's definitely true. This, I suppose, goes a lot with our affluent society, but people are buying more clothes, and this is the answer. We, of course, have had a population increase, too, but I think mainly people are having 6 or 7 suits where they had 2 or 3, and certainly a wardrobe of shirts. When you have all of these different colors, it has to be a total look.
Are the styles catching on with most of the men, or are they just with a minority of the men?
No, I would say that the way our industry is going, it must be quite a big majority of the men, because we couldn't be selling this much merchandise without a big acceptance.